What up guys, Maxske here and welcome to my School of Ekkonomics. But guess what class, today there's no school. We're going on a field trip. We're going to patch 8.4 into the future. Let's go!
You never see this coming.
Alright guys, so let me give you a brief overview of Economics 8.4. This is a pre-patch classroom, which means that I'm talking about a patch that's going to come out in a couple of weeks. And this is pre-patched to 8.4. So in this episode, we're just going to quickly talk about runes because the runes are probably going to be the same. So quickly brush through that. We have a lot of new items and builds to talk about. So that's going to be the main focus of this video. Then like last video, I'm going to do some OPGG reviews of the people who asked in my previous videos comments. And lastly, I'm going to try to guesstimate Ekko's performance in 8.4 when all these new items come out. So I hope you guys enjoy. And let's go class. Pop quiz. What is Ekko's best rune page? So now I'm going to quickly talk about Ekko's rune page. It's the same as last video. Domination sorcery. The only thing you could probably change is zombie ward to eyeball collection. I usually rotate that depending on how I feel, because they're both basically the same thing. Zombie ward did get nerfed a little bit, and eyeball collection does give you a little bit more AP, so whatever you want. Sorcery. Gathering Storm Absolute Focus, I love that, helps you scale into the game. But with the new builds, maybe Celerity might be good. That's the only thing I would probably change, maybe. But yeah, this is the rune page. Klepto is like nerfed. The Inspiration Tree is getting nerfed really hard in 8.3, so Domination and Sorcery for AP Ekko is going to be the go-to. Alright guys, so let's get to the discussion part of the video. I want you guys to comment on all these items, what you guys think is the best build path, what you guys want to build. So basically, I'm only going to talk about items that Ekko will build. Like there are some item changes that Ekko would never build regardless. So I'm only going to talk about the items that Ekko could potentially build. So the first thing I want to talk about the nerfs and buffs. There's a nerf to Void Staff by 10 ability power. It's not a bad nerf because they nerfed Void Staff because it was too gold efficient in any scenario. Like it's always good to build Void Staff, so they lowered the AP by a little bit. I don't think it's too bad. It's still going to be a great item to buy, and it's cheap. Deathcap got a 5% AP buff on its passive, which means Deathcap's going to be even stronger now. So I guess that counteracts the little nerf to Void Staff. So both these items are going to be built by Ekko in 8.4. But let's get into the nitty gritty. So here are where some big changes start happening. So one of my favorite items was to build the Liandrys Torment on Ekko. I made several guides on why Liandrys Torment is so good. But now they're changing Liandrys Torment to be more of a damage over time item. So they removed its 15 magic pen, but they gave it a brand new passive. Now its new passive is that every second in combat that you're doing damage, your damage is amplified by 2%, meaning that after 5 seconds of fighting, you will be doing 10% more damage with all your damage sources. So your Q, W, E, any damage you do, 10% more. And I went on PBE and tested this. If you throw out your Q or do anything that procs Liandrys Torment's normal passive, which is the burn, you will always get 10% extra damage because the burn lasts for 5 seconds regardless. So you'll always be getting this 10% damage buff. Will I build this on Ekko? I think this is situational now because you don't get the magic pen. So I think this is going to be an amazing tank AP item. Like if you want to go tank and build this as your offensive item, I think that AP tanks are going to come back because this is a really strong passive. 10% more damage on a tank, on an AP tank. That's going to do a lot of damage. AP tank Ekko, AP tank Fizz, I don't know. But yeah, so next item is Luden's Ekko. Luden's Ekko got a big rework, 80 ability power, 500 mana, 20% CDR now, and its original passive. Will I be building this item? I don't think so. It has a good amount of AP, good amount of mana, now 20% CDR, but I don't think I would build this item because the other items I'm going to show you are much better. Alright guys, so here's another big rework to 2 items. The first one is Myrrh Aloes. Right now it's called Myrrh Aloes Cursed Tome, and this item is basically the new Liandrys Torment, but a little bit different. So it has 80 AP, same as Liandrys Torment, the old one, 300 HP like the old one, and it has the 50 magic pen. So this basically replaced the changed Liandrys Torment, but they gave it the god passive we all wanted. magic damage dealt to champions inflicts grievous wounds for 3 seconds. No restrictions, you do magic damage. Enemy team has grievous wounds. This is a perfect situational item. You would only build this item versus a healing team like Vlad, Soraka, Aatrox, Zac. Anybody that heals, you're building this item. So I think Vlad's gonna die now because this totally counters Vlad. So if you hated Vlad, you could build this item now. This item is kind of expensive. It doesn't really give you great stats, but its passive is purely for a situational game. So that's the only time you're going to build it versus healers. But now we have Hextech GLP. It was changed a little bit. They removed the HP, gave it 100 more mana, and gave it 10% extra CDR. It's not that big of a change. More mana, less HP, more CDR. Am I going to be building this item? Not really. But if you were a person that debated between Proto Belt and GLP, now it's kind of, I guess, maybe easier for you because GLP sort of got buffed with the more CDR, but it did lose HP. So, I don't know. If you want CDR and a nice slow and mana, you would go GLP. Proto Belt didn't get touched, so yeah. But yeah, let's go to my new favorite 2 items that are getting released. I can't wait to talk to you guys about these 2 items. So here we go, guys. The grand finale of item reworks, new items, returning items. We have Twin Shadows. If you guys don't know what Twin Shadows is an old item that got removed from League of Legends, which was the original Ghosties item. No one built it, but then when Frost Queens came out, everyone started to love the Ghosties, especially Ekko players. And now they're bringing back the Ghosties with Twin Shadows. I think this item is actually amazing. It has 80 ability power, 7% movement speed, 10% CDR. Those are the exact same base stats as Lichbane, except you don't get the mana, which is fine. But they give you the Ghosties. And this item costs 800 less gold than Lichbane, and you're basically getting the same base stats along with Ghosties. So if you think about it, this item is so cheap. So I'm definitely going to be building this item. I'm so excited this item returns with Ghosties. And now the brand new item to League of Legends, Spellbound Orb. This is a really interesting item. 100 ability power and 10% movement speed. So if you notice, like Twin Shadows, this new item, Lichbane, they all give you a lot of movement speed. So you could have a really movement speed Ekko build, especially with Celerity. You'll be moving so fast. Alright, so this item, like I said, gives you 100 ability power, 10% movement speed. Its passive is every time someone like casts a spell around you, it gets stacked up. So, and then when you stack it up enough, you activate the active, which uses all those stacks that you stacked up, and depending how many stacks you have of this item, it gives you movement speed and AP. I think it's up to 50% movement speed that decays over like 8 seconds, and 50 ability power that decays over 8 seconds. So if you get enough stacks on this item, you could get up to 50 extra AP for 8 seconds and 50% movement speed. So I don't know when you should build this item. This will be a good experiment because this item seems kind of strong because it could give you 150 ability power and so much movement speed, which is exactly what Ekko wants. So we'll see where this item goes in these builds. Alright guys, so now I'm going to show you the build that I think will work best for me. Obviously it may change. Like I said, this is pre-patch 8.4. This is really early before 8.4, so stuff may change, but for the most part, I think this is like 80 to 90% what my build would be. So I'm an Eye of the Watchers type of Ekko. I love getting the gold generation. It's cheap item. I love the wards. Many people say, why are you building that? It's fine. If you know how to play with it, you know how to play with it, and I know how to play with it. So does St. Killian, so do other high elo Echoes. So that's why I build Eye of the Watchers for the gold generation mostly. And now you get sword boots. The boots depend on the game. So here, so you finish Eye of the Watchers with 1800 gold. Twin Shadows only costs 2400 gold, and it gives you really good stats. So you're gonna finish Eye of the Watchers, sword boots, or whatever boots, Twin Shadows, faster than anybody in the game. So you're actually gonna snowball even earlier now. So then after, so I think my core 3 in the beginning of the game will always be Eye of the Watchers, sword boots, Twin Shadows. Obviously, I may have to build like the new Myrrh Aloes if, you know, they have a really healing team. But that's situational. I'm talking about like my general build that I'm going to try to finish every game. So yeah, so now you have Eye of the Watchers, Stork Boots, Twin Shadows. This is a really early power spike. Then this part, the last 3 items, I don't know the best order for them. If I go Lichbane, I get so much more movement speed. I get a lot more damage. I think that's going to be a really good buy. So, and then I would go Void Staff, and Void Staff is, you know, for the magic pen. So if they have a lot of, you know, MR, then I'd obviously go Void Staff. And then Death Cap got that 40% AP now, and it's passive. So Death Cap is like an explosive item right now. But I don't know if maybe I want to get Death Cap after Twin Shadows, or maybe get Void Staff after Twin Shadows. Because if you get Void Staff after Twin Shadows, that's another cheap item that costs less than Death Cap and Lichbane. So you're going to be finishing items faster than everybody else. So this is my this is the 6 items I may want to build. Obviously, there's that new orb item. There's obviously Myrrh Aloes for the new Myrrh Aloes for healing teams. I think the only other item I would probably build, obviously Zanya's for AD champions. Like there's always situational items, but these are the 6 items that I want to try if I can build every game. Definitely Twin Shadows. Definitely Eye of the Watchers, that's what I build. Definitely Boots, obviously. And I feel like definitely Void Staff, because you're going to have a Magic Pen item. And then I feel like, I guess, Lichbane and Death Cap could get interchanged with depending on the game. See, there's a lot of items that you could sort of build now that would work for AP champions in general. So I want you guys to comment below in the comments your suggested builds, commenting on my build, commenting on anything related to, you know, this topic of new AP items. Not only that, but like, I really want to build Twin Shadows, so I'm trying to fit that into my build. But yeah, so this is the build that I'm probably going to use. Hope you guys like it, but let's talk. This is your guys' moment now. Let's do some OP.GG reviews. Alright guys, now it's time to do the OP.GG review portion of this video. And a lot of you guys left your OP.GGs in the comments of my last economics video, but some of you guys didn't give me a link, or you gave me just a name and not location where you're from. So next time, if you want your OP.GG reviewed, just leave the entire link to your OP.GG page. It makes it easy for me. And these are very helpful even if I don't do yours, because yours might look similar to one of these. And OP.GG pages show common trends and mistakes that you're probably making, so I could sort of help you climb just from reviewing your OP.GG. But let's get right into it. The first one is Clementine? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But here, you're silver 3, bronze last season, so you're already improving. Good job, man. Nice win streak here. 4 games with Ekko, Orianna. You had a big losing streak over here, but that happens. But yeah, so I see from here that you play Ekko a lot. You obviously watch me. You play Ekko. Good win rate. Good KDA. Shyvana has a good win rate also, and so does Xayah. So from that tells me you're playing mid lane, jungle, and AD carry. I would focus on just 2 roles, not 3. I know sometimes people, you know, get bored, but whatever. But if you want to really climb, focus on 2 roles, because there's no way you play these 3 roles equally as good as the other. Maybe stick to mid jungle. I see you don't really play other AD carries, so maybe Xayah. Maybe Xayah's the only AD carry you know how to play. But I know I would just stick to mid and jungle. Those are 2 good roles. Unless you want to main AD carry or learn AD carry, that's fine. But from what I'm looking at here, it looks like you're more of a mid jungle-ish type of person. So stick to Ekko. Stick to Ekko in the mid lane, and maybe Shyvana in the jungle. Those are 2 really good champions. I see here that you played a lot of champions already. You see, look all these games you lost. Akali, Warwick, Lux, Corki, Nautilus, Misfortune, Janna, Twitch. You lost so many games right here. You lost so many Yi games. Well, 2. So you're playing a lot. You lost a lot of Diana games. So it looks to me like you're just playing a lot of champions. It's fine to play League of Legends for fun, but if you really want to climb, I'd say, you know what, I'll be generous. I stick to these 3. You stick to Ekko, Shyvana, Xayah. You should probably have a 60% win rate, but you have a 54% win rate because you play all these other champions. So my recommendation to you is to stick to these 3 because they seem to be working for you. Especially Ekko, because you're doing pretty good with him. You are going Dark Harvest though, That's kind of innovative, but I'm not gonna talk down on Dark Harvest because it can be good in some situations. But yeah, like I said, stick to these 3 champions and you should be able to climb. Alright, second person, Batasha, Platinum 5. Play League of Legends for a while and always improving. You got Silver 3. It's fine. Always improving, now you're finally Platinum. Let's go. Alright, so we see here you go Electrocute Precision. I would not go Precision with Ekko anymore. The tree got hella nerfed. And Ekko is better with Sorcery or maybe even Inspiration. But Inspiration is getting nerfed next. Well, it's already nerfed now. I think 8.3 just came out. So I would go with Sorcery. Sorcery is much better than Precision. Okay, let's see. You play a lot of... You have a nice KDA with Ekko, but 50% win rate. Maybe some of your games are unlucky. Yeah, see, some of your games are just unlucky and you probably have bad teams. Or you make just one mistake when you play the entire game really well. That's fine. You have a good KDA, so you're not really the problem of your games. You just got to pull through those hard games because even I have a 51% win rate with almost the same KDA in Diamond. Some games are just like, just not winnable. But keep your head up high. You're playing well with Ekko. You're pretty good at Talia. That's really good. But it looks to me like you're more of a, you're playing mid and ADC. So maybe you're mid ADC. ADC is your secondary. And that's cool. That's fine. Mid and ADC are kind of different roles though. But whatever floats your boat. So Ekko is good. Keep playing Ekko. Keep playing Talia also. I would say when you have someone who counters Ekko, play Talia. And then when someone counters Talia, play Ekko. Maybe that'll work for you because you're playing pretty good in both these champions. And ADC... You don't play a lot of ADC, and your KDA is not that good on Vayne, but you are winning games, because I guess Vayne is just gets to late game, carries the game. But, you know, I would stick to mid lane. But if you have to, obviously play AD carry, because you want to have a second role. And you're pretty good at some of these champions, so stick to, like, Jinx. I say stick to Jinx. You play a lot. I don't know how good Ashe is right now. But yeah, I say stick to Jinx and Ekko and Talia in the mid lane. I think you should climb. You have a positive win rate, it's 53%, so you'll definitely be climbing if you just put the grind in. Alright, so now we got Stealth Runner 77, and let's see what's happening here. He is Silver 4 last season, Silver 4 this season. Alright, let's get you to Gold or even Platinum. Let's see. So, you play Ekko Jungle, Dark Harvest, Sorcery. I approve of that. If I were to play Ekko Jungle, I'd either go Electrocute or Dark Harvest. Dark Harvest is pretty cool. But let's see, 71% win rate with Ekko, but you have a 45% win rate overall, which means you're playing a lot of champions that are holding you back. Let's see, support, jungle, AD carry, mid, top. Yeah, you're playing like every single role, and you're not doing well with all of these champions. For me, so I see you probably main jungle. So I feel like pick 3 to 2 junglers. So Ekko is really good with, like, you're playing Ekko really well. So Ekko is your main jungler. If he gets banned or picked, I'd say play Warwick. Warwick is actually a really strong sleeper OP. I would stick to Warwick. He's kind of easier to learn, and he's so effective. I would stick to these 2 champions. Even though you have a 44% win rate with Warwick, you haven't played that many games though, so maybe practice on Warwick a little bit, unless you like Rengar or Graves better. Whatever you want to learn how to play. Even Rammus is pretty good, honestly. But yeah, I'd say stick to Ekko as much as you can, because you're playing all these other champions. If you don't get jungle, like, you should probably dodge, because it looks like you're losing every other game that you're not playing jungle. But also, I'm noticing here that you are building Guardian Angel with Ekko after finishing only 2 items, and you're doing that quite often. I think that's very not smart. Very not smart, because you only get 30 armor and 40 AD, which doesn't really benefit Ekko at all. And Ekko already has his ult that rewinds time and gives him HP and saves his life. So I think you're wasting 2400 gold building this item. Nobody builds this item on Ekko. Like, I used to build it when it first came out, just like as a 6th item, just in case if I died, I could just come back and try to win the team fight. But I don't do that anymore. That was a long time ago. I'd say just go for another AP item and you'll probably carry your games even harder because you're losing so much damage. And yeah, you don't really need this item. The AD doesn't really benefit you, especially since you're not going Gunblade or anything. The armor is non-existent, and the passive, you shouldn't be dying that much. You only die to you shouldn't be dying that much anyway with Ekko, especially since you have your ult. So I think this is your biggest problem right here. I see you're going like semi-tank, which is actually semi-tank Ekko's pretty good. If you want to go even crazier tank, you could go Runic Echoes, then go Iceborne Gauntlet instead of Lichbane, Spear Visage, Liandrys Torment. You do so much damage with that, and you'll be really tanky. But yeah, like I said, don't build GA on Ekko, and try to get Ekko as much as you can. And lastly, we got the Adept. Gold 4, gold 5 both seasons. Now he's gold 4, so he's climbing. Let's get this guy to platinum. Let's see here. You play Ekko a lot. Kind of a lower-ish KDA, but it's okay. It could always improve. 52% win rate. That means you're winning more games than you're losing, which is really good. I already see that you have a 52% win rate with Ekko, and then a 51 here, which means you're playing other champions and you're losing with them. So here, Orianna. You have a nice KDA with Orianna, because Orianna is actually a pretty good champion, but you have a low win rate. I don't think Orianna's a solo carry champion. I think she's a team-oriented champion. So if your team is bad, then I don't think you could solo carry with Orianna. But don't quote me on that. I'm not an Orianna main. I'm sorry if you are. So I feel like maybe you're pretty good with Orianna. You just don't know how to carry with her, or your team just feeds every time you play her. Because she is hard to solo carry with, because she is, you know, she's more team-oriented, utility champion. So if you want to like climb solo, I think you just play like Ekko. Ekko's pretty good. I think you got lucky on Zed. Your Zed scores aren't that good. Don't play Vlad. Yi is Master Yi. Zac is Zac. Honestly, if you play Zac in the jungle and Ekko in the mid lane, I think you'll easily climb 100%. But yeah, maybe you just got unlucky with these Orianna games. Let's see. And yeah, you played a lot of AD carry champions and you basically lost every game. So don't play AD carry. If you get autofill AD carry, just dodge or swap with somebody because it's not working for you. But yeah, that's the OP.GG review session of the day. If you want yours done, leave your OP.GG in the comments. Alright guys, so I'm going to give you my assumed Ekko rating from F to A+ on how good Ekko is going to be in patch 8.4. And like I said, there's still a couple of weeks before this patch comes out, so there may be changes, they may be buffs, nerfs, rune changes, item balancing, you know, all that could happen. But for the most part, I think Ekko will be a B+. And I'm giving him a B+ because we may not know what Ekko's best build is going to be anymore, because there's a lot of new cool items and a lot of new theory crafting you guys are going to do to try to find a cool Ekko build. Personally, my Eye of the Watcher's Twin Shadow build, I think it'll be pretty good because it's also a cheap build. So I might snowball really fast, but like I said, we don't know how good everything will be. And also there's a lot of new items now, like that Spell Orb thing that may be really good on Ekko, but we don't know yet because we haven't had much time to test with it. Also, a lot of Ekko's hard matchups, like, and annoying matchups like, you know, Vlad, even maybe Fiora, even maybe anybody who heals. Now Ekko could build that Morellonomicon and counter them. So that helps Ekko in a little bit. But also, a lot of these new items are mana items, and that just spells Rise. Maybe Rise is going to come back more often, and I hate playing against Rise as Ekko because he's a stupid champ. So that made me it harder. But I also think that because of these new AP item reworks, we're going to see a lot more Luxes, Vagars, Zerats, Ziggs, all these like, you know, mage spellcasters. So those are kind of easy for Ekko. A lot of poke though. So I'm giving Ekko a B+ because we just don't really know the impact of how these items will affect like all these new champions being played and what champions resurface. But I do know that Ekko is in a good spot right now. He's not the best he could be, but I think he's as good as we'll get him in a long time. And with these new items being changed, I think he gets even a little bit better because he has a lot more items to build now and a lot more itemization for each game. So now if you're getting countered, well, you could counter the counterer with all these new items. So this is a big discussion video. I hope you guys enjoyed it a lot. It took a long time to make. Yeah, you basically could comment about anything you heard in this video in the comments. I'll reply to all of them. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one.